It's an incredible tool for sobriety and self-monitoring. Drinking is impulsive emotional behavior. Addiction, we now know, is just a form of habit dysfunction. Snapping at your team, feeling overwhelmed, micromanaging, drugs, gambling, all those things, impulsive behavior. It's a sign that you're not in control. If you feel yourself drawn towards alcohol and you got a drinking problem, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, walk away from it. Incredible tool with procrastination. If you catch yourself blowing things off as a form of stress release, you now know that you got to sit down and force yourself to work for 10 minutes and then give yourself a little break. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It awakens your prefrontal cortex. It actually primes your brain to start doing something new. It's absolutely unbelievable. There are 3 ways that you can use this with. You can use it to change any behavior. So, we've talked about the fact that you can use it if you chronically blow things off or avoid things that are hard, you can start developing a habit around productivity. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The counting backwards is really important. Do not count up. Because if you count up, you do it all the time, that it's sort of a habit. You don't really have to think about it. And also you can keep going. If you don't feel like doing the Excel spreadsheet, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do this now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, when you hit the 1, there's nowhere to go. Your mind is now awakened and ready for an instruction. They use this during Hell Week with the SEALs. This is how we start any new exercise, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They use it in a lot of schools around the country, elementary schools. When you're at an assembly, you'll see them counting backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What does it do? It gets the kids to start focusing and to stop talking and to quiet, because it awakens their prefrontal cortex. That's why it works. You can use this to find courage. So let's say that you see somebody that, at a networking event, or you've got a particular angel group investor and you keep thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, that you want to apply to their kind of pitch cycle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're missing the courage that it requires to actually push yourself to take the risk. The other way that you can use this is for mind control. So a lot of people look at me and they, think, okay, well, she was just born with the confidence of a warrior. I mean, clearly. The truth is, that's not what was true about me. In fact, I suffered from panic and anxiety for more than 20 years. I took Zoloft for almost 2 decades. And about 4 years ago, I asked myself, I wonder, since this has been so effective in launching businesses and making a lot more money and being more productive and being more courageous in meetings, I wonder if I could actually use this silly little thing to change how I think, to cure myself of anxiety. You actually can, because I've done it. Here's how you do it. I'm going to give you a quick example. I used to be terrified of flying. So I would get on a plane and I'd click that belt buckle, and the first thing I would think about is death by fiery plane crash. And then the next thing I would think about is, have you ever seen that photo of the one plane where it lands and there's that hole in the side and just one row got sucked right out of the plane? I think about that, and I think, oh my God, I'm in that row. And then I think about, my kids, and I start thinking, is the text message that I just sent good enough for the eulogy? Because even as this sucker goes down, I better be proving to the world that I'm a great mom, because I better do a PowerPoint at the funeral. And you're laughing because we're sick. We're all sick human beings. Yes, we are. If I were to broadcast what you say to yourself in your head, we would lock you up. We would. But here's the problem. You listen to it. Your biggest obstacle in business, in being successful, in realizing your dreams, is the garbage that you've grown accustomed to listening to in your own head. This simple, stupid little trick will actually teach you mind control. When you feel your thoughts drift, whether it's, I'm not ready for this pitch, or, who am I to think that I can launch this, or this is never going to work, or oh my gosh, whatever it is that you're drifting over to, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, awaken your prefrontal cortex, and then insert an anchor thought. So on a plane, for example, if we hit turbulence tomorrow that's severe or whatever, and I start to get worried on the plane, I'll 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to awaken this part of my brain. And I will then think about walking into the house, and our daughters have been there, and there'll be dead plants everywhere, and their stuff will be all over the place. Like very visual image that I think about. Because what happens is it then gives my brain context. Oh, the reason why Mel's heart's racing is because she's thinking about the state of disaster that the house is in. She's not worried. This goes back to all the advice we've been talking about, full circle. You feel worried. You say, I'm excited. You give your brain something to do. You feel your thoughts getting hijacked. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Think about something different. If I go into a business meeting, and we're in the middle of finishing up the book, and there's all these breakdowns that we're having with printing, and I can feel when I get on the phone that I'm about to get really agitated, right? That's emotional. That's impulsive. That's not going to make me be effective with people who I need to have do things. I don't want them to hang up and be like, I hate that. I want them to actually do things for me. So what I do is I do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I create an anchor thought before the call starts. I think about the cover of the book being amazing. So this little conversation we're about to have, I don't need to get freaked out about this. I just need stuff to get done. The pitches that you're going to walk into when you're asking for money, create an anchor thought. Whether that thought is you cheering a friend, hugging something. The skin gals were talking about how they were sitting at a hair salon watching the $1 million investment come in and just aghast at each other. Create a thought that makes it all work out. Because now your brain has a reason to think you're excited instead of nervous, and you will not hijack yourself. I cannot tell you this single silly thing has made the biggest difference in my income, in my happiness, in my control, in my ability to demonstrate leadership, and it is the reason why, as I make the pivot away from blowing up the speaking circuit and into the information marketing space, it's the reason why I'll be successful. Because I'll be in charge instead of my emotions being in charge. All right, we got some time for questions. Who's got questions?